Welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to talk about Congress passing legislation, the discharge petition, and passing legislation in both the House of Representatives and the Senate saying that they want the Epstein files released.
Yes. So, as you recall, I had done a reading earlier in the week where I was looking at how this was going to go. Now, what I'd done was,
right?
What's that?
Did you get it right?
So far.
Okay, good.
But even a blind pig finds a truffle once in a while, right?
Yeah, funny.
So, in the reading I had done, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but the question I asked was, okay, will it pass the House? Yes. Okay. So when it passes the House, what will happen next? What will the Department of Justice do with this? And I had some very bad cards with the Department of Justice that they would basically, that there's shenanigans that were going to happen with the Department of Justice.
Where's a feather to knock me over with?
Yeah, I know, right? It wasn't what I was expecting. At the time, I was thinking that the discharge petition was just going to go straight to the DOJ, and the DOJ was going to have to act on it. I failed to recognize that it needed to go through the Senate, and then it needed to get the executive branch, Trump's approval, before the DOJ was going to be forced to act. As it turned out, it didn't make a difference because there was going to be such a jailbreak in the House. Trump had to shift his position from "there's nothing there, you stop talking about it. If you support the Epstein files, I don't need your support."
Boy, he's getting nasty too when people ask him questions about that. He is, especially female reporters, he is getting really nasty and mean-spirited in his responses.
And so Trump had to pivot to save face because they tried to strong arm Lauren Boebert and Nancy Mace. Were they trying to strong arm? So they're trying to strong arm those two. They failed, and they started. I think they read the tea leaves, and they realized there was going to be a huge Republican support for the discharge petition.
After trying to, they even pulled Lauren Boebert into the Situation Room,
right,
with Pam Bondi and Kash Patel, and I think Bongino was in there too. Putting on the full court press on her, and she wouldn't change her mind. And then reportedly, they were calling up House members, trying to gauge, tell them not to vote for it, and probably gauge them. I suspect a lot of calls went to voicemail and not a lot of return calls. So they understood the writing was on the wall. So now you have to pivot. Otherwise, you're going to look like a total failure.
Yes. And Trump's all about optics. And if he's basically ordering the House to not vote for it, and they vote for it, it's basically the lame duck session starts now.
The humiliation happens and lame duck starts.
Right.
So now you could pretend that I'm going to tell them to vote for it. Oh, look, they did what I told them to. You could pretend a little while longer that they actually respect you.
Yeah, that the flea is controlling the direction of the dog.
Yeah.
It's encouraging where it's discouraging that it takes pedophilia to find common ground between the two parties, right? But it's encouraging that at least Congress finally found a spine on an issue where they were willing to push back on Trump.
Let's not overstate it.
Well, but that's the thing.
They're more scared of MAGA than anything else. If Trump is non-viable, their next biggest fear is MAGA and not pissing off MAGA and protecting pedophiles.
But the whole thing, the reading I had done early this year was, what is the sign that the Trump administration is coming to an end, the Trump year is coming to an end? It was Congress growing a backbone. And maybe this is a start where Congress is feeling a little bit more empowered. They're looking at Trump's power base, and they're seeing that his star is the shine is coming off of his star. Yeah. His true social is in the $10 range. It's almost under 10.
I've been meaning to ask you about that because somebody pointed out the other day, and I took a look at the stock price, and it's like, and you and I have talked about that during the election, multiple times. That if you want to know how Trump is doing, watch the price of Truth Social stock. The lower it goes, the more people are abandoning him because they know that he's not viable anymore.
His influence is waning.
And we've started the year about in the low 20s, and it's down to 10.
Yeah, it's like 1077. I think is what it closed today. We record this on Tuesday, the 18th of November. We don't give financial advice for entertainment purposes only. But
save your money.
Yes. But we've done a couple of videos that haven't necessarily gotten a lot of traction, but that is a point we've beaten on a couple of videos. It says, you want to see how Trump's doing? Look at his Truth Social stock.
Yeah.
So now the Epstein, the vote has passed Congress. It's going to go to Trump for signature, in theory. And then it will go over to the DOJ to release the file. So for entertainment purposes only, let's look at the general energy on this. Epstein files going to executive branch and to the Department of Justice, which is part of the executive branch. Entertainment purpose only. What do we need to know? What's the energy on this? And if you didn't catch it, we just did a Taco Tuesday with Marina, and a lot of tea was spilled. Precious few political readings, a lot of tea, but this was one of the things we did read on. Okay, so what's the general energy on the discharge petition now that it's heading to the executive branch and the DOJ? King of Wands, it's time to take action. Action is finally going to be taken. It's the cross is the Hierophant. Our dear leader did not want this action to be taken, but he had to pivot to save face.
Yep.
Energy underneath it is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Pentacle, this could be either, are they going to slow walk this, or they're only going to release a little bit? It's kind of like there's no rush here. There's no sense of urgency to get this information out. Is kind of what I'm getting from this card. Is that it's going to come out in dribs and drabs. In the past, you had the Three of Pentacles. People working behind the scenes. When I did this throw for Marina, that was kind of the feeling I got was. This could have been the DOJ go out there scrubbing up the reports to take some of the more embarrassing Trump stuff out of there. Current energy is the Two of Swords. You are now at a crossroads. You have a choice to make. Are you going to release this stuff? Are you going to release everything, or are you going to slow walk it and hold stuff back? Overarching energy is the Strength card. It's just the case is so strong, the evidence is so compelling, and you can't. Your roar is gone. Trump's roar is gone, and it's like, okay, open up. Let's see what's in there.
Quiet little piggy.
Yes. Lesson to be learned is the Ten of Cups. This is what you promised your voters. This is what everyone has the common ground that we all want this out there in the open, that pedophiles need to be held accountable, regardless of who they are. And you promised this as part of your platform, and you've been fighting it like crazy. Outcome is the Magician, and it's time to let everything come out. Show us what you got.
Hopefully what they're showing is what the reality is, as opposed to trying to paint put a spin on it, a different reality.
And that is a very fair interpretation of what the Magician card. The Magician card to me was not necessarily a positive card.
Mm-hmm.
They could be creating an illusion.
Yeah, produce the goods. at a high level, will it matter? Will any shenanigans that are performed by the Trump administration and those supporting Donald Trump, will those matter? In other words, has the die been cast that even if they try and misdirect, it's going to be ineffective? That's what I want to find out. How, is this going to be an ineffective defense of Trump and these files? Because they've had time to scrub things, try and lay blame on other people. How is that looking? We got the Knight of Swords crossed with the Seven of Coins. They're going to try and move actions fast. They'll blame Democrats, blame this. The problem is there's a lot of evidence that's out there, and trying to keep things secret, but secrets also being released. You have to be careful about the crusade you're about to fight, because if you say there's evidence for it and it's countered by somebody else having this, the U.S. government's not the only one with this evidence. And even within the FBI, there's not only one person who has it. There's going to be copies and PDFs, and Trump and Kash Patel are not popular. So if you try and put forward a document that's been altered, somebody's going to have an original that hasn't been altered. So you have to be real careful about the evidence you're putting forward there. In the past, you got the Nine of Coins. Ms. Maxwell, was trying to help with this problem here, and they thought her testimony was going to get him over the top. Current situation is the Queen of Pentacles. This money card too. Will it matter? I don't think it. Her testimony is like it's not that impressive, because again, there's information out there that counters what she says. Like, the email that came out that said that Trump was in a room with one of the survivors for like over an hour when Trump said he had never been to Epstein's house. Contradictory information that what Maxwell said is proving to be incorrect. And it basically undermines anything that she said, because she's committed perjury before, and now she's committed perjury again. So anything she says is not relevant. And then you have to look at the integrity of the data, because if you're putting out something that forms your narrative and it doesn't hold up because there's other documents like that, that's going to undermine you, and people are going to look at you and understand, judgment card, the lesson to be learned. People are tired of being fooled. They're waking up to your games. Outcome is the Page of Swords. This could be a young female, or the young female starts speaking out. This could be whistleblowers coming out, exposing more and more of this. But youthful female energy or whistleblowers are coming through here. End of the day, they start with a crusade, and they start with a crusade, and they're going to end with a whimper. It doesn't matter what they do. They don't hold all the cards. They don't control the narrative. And anything that they throw out there can be countered with information that they don't want to release, or can be released by somebody else. And it also, Trump contradicts himself so often that you can play sound clips of him. Anything he says, you can play a sound clip where he said something recently that contradicts his current point of view.
All right. So how is Trump going to be feeling about this by, let's say, by the end of the year?
Sure.
King of Swords.
Where's Jack Smith when you need him?
Yeah. The truth is coming out.
Very harsh.
Harsh truth. The cross is the Eight of Wands. It's coming from all directions. It's like the truth that he was trying to spin is being challenged, like Dave was mentioning. There's a bunch of different sources out there. They can't defend against all of them. Whether it's in a foreign country, whether it's a survivor who has their own list, or was it Comey's daughter that was the prosecutor on this?
Yeah, Comey's daughter.
Okay, she remembers everything, I'm sure. Yeah. Right? Energy underneath it, the Nine of Cups, the hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. So how is Trump feeling about it? He's feeling pretty smug. like he's got this.
By the way, thank you for pointing out that Comey's daughter was the prosecutor that brought down Epstein, because that high priestess card, that could be Comey's daughter that's underneath there. Go ahead, lie about it. I'm the prosecutor. I'll go on the talk shows, and I'll go on MSNBC, which has changed its name. I'll go on these ones, and I'll tell them that that's not what the court documents say. This is what the court documents say, and here's copies of the court documents to prove what he said is not accurate.
Yep.
They've got a real problem on their hands now.
Yeah, because they have not treated her well. So Trump's feeling okay about it. In the past, this is Trump trying to keep all of the evidence about him out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Current energy is the Seven of Wands, trying to defend his actions, trying to defend the people he's trying to protect from these actions.
Indefensible.
Overarching energy is the Nine of Swords, though. It's the anxiety and the nightmare of this. It's he's feeling low-key smug, but the problem is that it's bigger than that.
That popping you heard was an aneurysm in his brain.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Lesson
to be learned is the Hermit. The path will be found. The truth is going to come to light. They're going to find that path. Outcome: Two of Cups.
They're going to 25th Amendment this guy.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
It's interesting because this is, to me, this is the two political parties working together, despite Trump overseeing it, trying to throw his will against them. They're like, no, we've got an agreement here. We're gonna cooperate on this.
The reason why I say that, because you've got with the Hermit card there, that could be looking for a way out, and then the smug merchant card is he got away with it again.
Mm.
Here's a pardon and a 25th Amendment and a pardon. Get out.
Interesting. That's entirely possible.
Yeah.
I mean, that's interesting because the reading that you had done, where you basically saw that Trump's influence by the solstice was waning, or had waned.
And this is one of those free will things. I think that's a path they may go down, but he may not accept it.
Yep.
As you know, you could offer this guy the sun, the moon, and the stars, and he'll want a couple galaxies thrown in there too, and he still may not accept it. Or he'll accept it, then change his mind because he's insane.
Mm.
So it may not happen, but I bet you they offer it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the implosion of the Republican Party has begun.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Trump is trying very hard to hold on and not be a lame duck, but which he's got to find something to fall back on, which makes me really concerned for Venezuela. Hang on for a second. Is he going to try and use Venezuela as a wag the dog moment? Six of Coins. What do we got here? Temperance. Oh, jeez. Okay, so he apparently took down. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything with Venezuela per se. That's not what I'm seeing here. What I'm seeing here is it's like him trying to buy votes, trying to be the benevolent person and try and change the subject. He wants to put the Epstein thing away and change the subject to something where.
I know what that is. That's your $2,000 tariff check.
Exactly. You're going to start hearing him harping about the $2,000 tariff rebate that helps everybody, and
see what great use of the money it was. It's bringing balance.
Yeah, and the thing though that's going to undermine him are the courts, because, well, first off, I forget who it was, Besant or somebody said, like, about the $2,000 rebates, and the guy said, "We'll see."
Yeah. He said, "Oh yeah, you probably already got it in your no taxes on tips, no taxes on Social Security. It's not like there's going to be $2,000 in cash sitting in your mailbox, right?"
Exactly. But the problem is, MAGA don't care none. If you tell them they're getting a $2,000 check, they don't want you sending them a Bed Bath and Beyond coupon for 20% off, or the coupons you could tear off, and if you totaled them all up, it was $2,000.
Yeah,
that's not what they're looking for.
You have to spend $10,000 to get the $2,000 off.
Yeah, they want the publisher clearinghouse check, the big cardboard one with the number 2,000 on it, and somebody who is not Ed McMahon signing it saying, "Congratulations, you're a winner."
Yes.
Because apparently Ed McMahon never signed or presented those checks, despite the Mandela effect, where we all believe he did.
Of course he did.
Of course he didn't.
How could he not have?
And these are not the droids you want.
Yes.
The Force has power, weak minds.
Yes.
Drive on.
Right.
All right. Anything else you want to read on this one?
No,
they're not going to get away with it, man. They are not going to get away with this.
No,
enjoy watching Trump squirm.
Yeah, it's been very, very difficult for the last year. Ever since the election, it's been very difficult presenting on this channel, because one of the things that really made me do some soul searching was, were we providing false hope in the run up to the election? Because we were sure that Kamala was going to win this thing.
Yeah. And
everything we were reading on the cards suggested that was going to happen, and obviously something happened. And you really don't want, as a reader, you want to try and be balanced. You don't want to give false hope. There's been a couple times during the year where it looked like we were starting to get traction, and then everything just crumbled again. At this point, it's looking like we have turned that corner.
Yeah.
I think it started with the No Kings protest, and the number of people that showed up for it, and the dancing frogs.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's not only have we turned the corner, we're starting to build momentum, and the other team is starting to crumble. They're fractured and they're crumbling, and I'm trying really, really hard not to get my hopes up, because they've been crushed so many times in the last year.
Mm.
But as optimistic as I am, I'm actually feeling optimistic that I've turned the corner. We are building momentum, and we're going to come out of this damn timeline that we're in.
One of the things that I'm seeing that's different is I'm watching a lot of reporters, especially female reporters, pushing on Trump and watching him snap and be vile to them. And that's something he's not been used to, is a pushy media that doesn't just accept everything he says and says, "Oh, well, what can you do? Dude's crazy." In no sense asking that same question. They keep following up, and I'm starting to wonder if their bosses are going to say, "Keep on him, keep the pressure up on this guy, because he can't handle it. He's just going to collapse." And it'll make for great sound bites.
Uh-huh. Yes.
The media, I think the media is pushing back, and even the right-wing media is like, there was a great South Park about Fox News and how depressed they are. Trump just said, "Oh no, it's all lies." And then they got all excited again because Trump said they were all lies. But
yes, dude.
There's too much going on that even Fox News, OAN, and Newsmax, they're going to have too hard a time spinning it.
Yeah.
Because now you're talking their actual viewers, the ones that actually watch them, that don't want to hear that autism is not caused by polio
Tylenol.
vaccines or something like that.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear it's due to Tylenol.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
they want to hear who's in the Epstein files, and these news agencies have to report the news and try and spin it, but it's not going to work out real well.
Nope. So that's what you got.
That's it. Thank you everyone for watching this video and supporting our channel. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. You'll get woken up at midnight. You'll join the club of people who are insomniacs that watch these videos at midnight, including Alf Carlson and Aurelia and Rebecca Sunflower Down Under, amongst others.
Alf, who provides the up-to-date handball scores.
Yes,
between Sweden and the Netherlands.
And we got some shout outs.
That man does a good job feeding the algorithm with random stuff.
Alf is great. He's a real cowboy. I want to give a special shout out to Michelle, also known as Kentucky Belle, who made a couple extraordinarily generous donations to the channel. Michelle, you are amazing. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. Dave and I truly appreciate that.
She's bound. She's
stuck. She's stuck with us.
The spell worked.
She was celebrating her birthday when this video comes out on Wednesday the 19th. Or I'm sorry, her husband's birthday is Wednesday the 19th.
Happy birthday!
Her birthday is going to be on December 1st, and the mother-in-law's birthday was on the 17th. Was yesterday, or 2 days ago. So they're going out. They're going out to dinner. They're going to a Pat's Steakhouse in Louisville.
We're just gonna say a lot of celebration right around Valentine's Day.
Not Valentine's Day. It's in the middle of November. So happy birthday, Michelle, to you, your husband, and your mother-in-law. And then how about some cat shout-outs here?
What about it?
Let's see. Oh, gosh. I'm just say Kim, because Kim Dairy Maple, 2288, has an 18-year-old cat, Chloe, who says hi. Hi, Chloe. Hi, Kim.
Who let the cat out? Who? 3-1 for your cat. Don't let your cat out. 18 years old. Keep him at home.
Janet Johnson has 7 cats. Now, there's a busy house. Merlin, Ginny, Casper, Robert the Bruce, also known as Brew, Andrew Quincy, also known as Q-Tip, Kiata, also known as Katie Kitty, and she goes on. Kiata is Japanese, and then it cuts off.
And what I see here is you'll be spending a lot of money on cat food to give these cats kibble.
Yes, and treats.
Cat treats all around.
Cat treats and cat food, absolutely. And Keen Mind has a cat named Izzy who listens carefully to every word that we make, and she loves our voices. And so does Izzy. So does Keen Mind.
7 of Wands. She might be 1 card too late, but it gets 6 more.
And then the final shout out to Pakari, who Pakari left this long tome of a message. Basically, they got a barn cat that had 3 kittens, and she wanted to know if she should keep 2 of the kittens and raise them and maybe keep the 3rd kitten. And I said, be careful, because she already has 2 cats. Older cats don't always like to have kitten energy in the house, and cats get to be expensive.
Well, if you have a barn cat, maybe you now have multiple barn cats.
Yes. So I did respond to Pakari. It's a great problem to have. The cat distribution center redistribution center is obviously working very well.
Go spay and neuter those cats, though.
She did. So that's why she's going to have the 2 kittens in the house, is because she's going to, when they're old enough, they're going to have them spayed and neutered.
Just spay and neuter them so that you don't keep perpetuating
the problem.
The barn cat population.
Yeah. The one thing I will say is I really truly believe kittens should be adopted in pairs. Because then they've got that kitten energy. They can play with each other. And they're just, if there's nothing more adorable than 1 kitten, unless you have 2 kittens.
Yeah, and then they grow up to be friends like Punky and Kitten.
No, they're brother and sister. Kitten cannot stand the presence of her brother. His mere presence annoys her. He's like, "What? I didn't do anything." And she's all hissy about it. But that happens.
Yep.
Anyways, and then a card for the rest of us. Maybe we have cats. Maybe we have dogs. Maybe we're just taking naked ladies lying in ponds distributing swords as a system of government.
That is a good system basis for a system of government.
That's right. Come see the violence inherent in the system.
Don't be repressed, you constitutional peasant.
Yes, that's right. Have a great day, folks. Take care.
Thank everyone. Take care.
Bye.